Hi guys, so today I'll be talking about your brain and how does it work and how does it work pertaining to God, Christianity, everything. I'm going to be explaining some tips. This month is mental health month, so let's get into it. I'm going to be using my notes because it's a lot and not everything is up here. So let's get into it. So the brain and the immune system. The brain and the immune system. Neuropeptic molecules are biochemicals of emotions and they talk to cells. They are linked between mind and matter. What you perceive through your senses affects your brain and your health. The immune system is the first line of defense in disease and nerve fibers and are found in the midst of these tissues. The brain regulates the heart, the gastrointestinal system, lungs, etc. Altering one set of emotions can affect the immune system. Each thought we think, biochemical effects. Example, deep breathing sends a message to the muscles to relax. When we receive emotional words, they enter our thoughts and become pictures. These pictures enter our subconscious and shape our characters, habits, when they linger as thoughts. REPOH. And we're going to get into that and what does it mean. So let's go. Do you know that the brain is the heart of man? The brain consists of two parts. First, you have the conscious mind and you have the subconscious mind. So let's talk about the conscious mind and how does it function, right? The conscious mind recognizes awareness of existence. The conscious mind also identifies to quality the existence of like friend and family, the conscious, right? Organized to group like symbols for easy recognition, either black or white, for example. Five sensory experience for future use. New experience are compared with all symbols of potential choices of action. Example, smile means friendly. When we were born, there is very little consciousness like a cell in a womb. The conscious mind grows through solving problems. Remember, consciousness and conscious mind is mind and soul, and subconscious mind is mind and body. Function of a conscious mind: recognize, identify, and organize in files. Okay, so let's talk about subconscious mind and how does it work. Remember, we were talking about conscious mind, and conscious mind is mind and soul. Now we're going to talk about subconscious mind, which is mind and body, right? The subconscious mind struggles with conscious mind for controlling over man choices. It takes information without our discretion. Sorry, my nose. Totally self-centered. Receive information through epistemology. Epistemology is the study of how man requires knowledge. Epistemology, the study of how man requires knowledge. The study of man's where man's require knowledge is by what? How do we require knowledge? We require knowledge by with our five senses. So we require knowledge by using our five senses, and that is epistemology. Our five senses. Our five senses are major programmers. Man requires through a sensory experience transducers, which are limited and then often faulty. Faulty transducers can affect one perceived through to reality. Example, color blindness. Reasoning is the recognition, of information taken from sensory experience. If there is faulty information in the result, that will be faulty information out. So if it's faulty information in, whatever you perceive, it's faulty information out. So whatever you put in, as in normally people say, whatever you put in, that's what you get out. Whatever you think become a reality. We're still in our subconscious mind, right? Okay. And our subconscious mind is past file. It is mind and body. And our conscious mind is mind and soul. And God lives in our mind and our soul. Our soul is God mind. God put that in us, our brain. Okay. So now, how do we reprogram past files? That would be your past file would be our subconscious mind. We do that by repetition. Okay. Repetition is REPOH. Remember we been over that before. And REPOH is formula repetition. Easy pleasure often habit. So easy pleasure often habit. REPOH. Easy pleasure often habit. Because we humans like to the easy way out. We tend to draw more to pleasure and we tend to have our own habits, and that is the subconscious mind, that's not the conscious mind. Okay. Repetition, shock, and tongues. That's how we're going to reprogram our self-conscious mind, our conscious subconscious mind, sorry, to our conscious mind to be in God, right? So shock visa is pain. Shock. That means pain can largely create a file or a habit. So repetition is easy pleasure, often habit. That's repetition, right? And then shock is pain. Sometimes we often ask God why, or sometimes we even ask God or ask others, why do I have to go through this? Why did God allow this? Why this, that, does this, or this has to happen? But God is renewing us to Him by using come away from the subconscious mind and into the conscious mind to be more like Him. So it's actually drawing us to be more like Him so that we can lean and trust in Him. Okay, because pain is what makes us stronger, makes our spirituality, makes us more aware of what we are called and created to do. Because each one of us has a calling. Each every single one of us have a calling. And when I often teach our I always say that the richest, one of the richest place in this on this earth is the graveyard. Do you know how much people die with their dreams? Do you know how much people die with their dreams and what they could have done or what they were called to do, and they never get to fulfill it? That's why I always say the richest place is the graveyard. The richest place, no matter how much money you have, the richest place is the graveyard. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So majority of people prefer repetition and live in repetition because of their habits and because of pleasure of this world and such on. Okay, so majority of us prefer to live in the subconscious mind instead of the conscious mind. And you know that repetition is a habit that leads to character, and our character will become our destiny. We can only change a bad habit by replacing the bad habit with a good habit. We become just by practicing, just by action. So you practice, until you become perfect. You become just by practicing, just action. That will change by so that will change, right? That will change by practicing or choosing to do right repeatedly until it becomes a habit. So now do you understand REPOH? Habit, pleasure, easy, because people always like to choose the easier way out and what is easier for them. You understand me? So most people choose to stay in the subconscious mind because they want the easier way out. Because I know a lot of people who say that I will never be a Christian. I don't want to be a Christian because Christian life is so hard. Sad, but it is true. Okay, listen to my notes again. God reprograms the mind. How do God reprogram the mind? Okay, let's get into it. God is the causeless of the gods. God is the actual, right? We must choose to align ourselves with God so that we may know His mind. And we can only know that by conscious mind. We must stay connected to the source, which is God. We are spiritual beings and our life is in Christ. The enemy seeks to sever the relationship between man and God. We must reprogram our past files. We are transformed by renewing our mind. Romans 12, verse 1 to 2. Okay. Limitation of the mind. The mind cuts reality into fragmented units of time, and time is not constant. The mind can think all matters at once. The mind can understand without simplifying to the most common elements within 0 to 5 seconds of now. The mind processes data as subtractions, and subtractions are packagers. There is a relationship between object and object symbolized. Labeling, packaging data does not tell us about the object, it only tells us how we should think about it and relate to it. Change the name and you will change the relationship with the object. So you have a conscious mind, which is the soul, and the mind, and you have a subconscious mind, which is the mind and the body. The mind and the body are subconscious mind, and there are habits, behavior, everything that is not so good. It's most likely the subconscious mind. Pleasure and everything you have conscious mind, which is the mind and soul. If you feed your soul by praying, even if you're not a Christian, pray. I hear Steve Harvey in one of his motivation now talk says, whatever you do, don't forget to pray. So even if you're not a Christian, don't forget to pray, no matter how short it is. If you don't know how to pray, talk to God like how you would talk to your friend or your family. Have a relationship with Him and grow yourself and grow your conscious mind. Grow your conscious mind, your mind, and your soul. Feed the soul.